Affairs President of Facebook, the Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and Digital Economy, Honorable Eliud Owalo, PS Interior, all digital content creators, all stakeholders, distinguished guests, thank you for joining us this morning. Your Excellency, with your permission, at this point I would like to invite Eddie Butita, who's a comedian and a digital content creator, to just give brief remarks on behalf of content creators. Karibu. We can clap for him as he's coming.
His Excellency the President, CS ICT Eliud Owalo, President of Global Affairs, Facebook, Nick Clegg. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I stand before you and I'm honored as a comedian, creative director, through my endeavors running fully online media platform and the most watched web series, Anas Toto. I have witnessed first-hand transformation of the power of creativity in the country. Today marks a historic day as content creators' dreams come into reality. We've poured our hearts and soul into creating content with hopes that one day we will achieve and increase financial rewards. This is a day that our passions will translate into sustainable income. Furthermore, the creative industry has employed a lot of youths. Enabling this can be rewarded and will be rewarded. As Meta introduces monetization opportunities that will revolutionize how content creators like me operate, I will urge all content creators to seize these opportunities and to be able to create meaningful and engaging content, because now we are moving also, and it's an additional to kufinya computer to $1, to washa camera, tengeneza pesa. Last year, Mr. President, you mentioned that I earn more than your salary. I think this year you'll overtake me because you have a Facebook page. All you need to do is to monetize it. And also, you'll make some good money after tax. So, in conclusion, I think this is the day that we've been looking forward to. It will be the beginning of something great, and we are thankful for this opportunity. We are content creators, and content is our business. Yeah. I think on behalf of content creators, His Excellency the President, we had two questions. One being, we'd love to know which monetization products will be available in the market, because we have Instagram, we have Facebook, all belonging to Meta. What are the products we are going to be privileged to get? And also, we understand Meta is in a capacity that can hold workshops and training for content creators. We'll be thankful if we can get those opportunities. Are there any plans to train our content creators into making this a sustainable business? Thank you.
Thank you. And next, I would like to now invite Mr. Nick Clegg, the President of Global Affairs Facebook. And also another question, we gathered some questions as we were waiting. And one of the other questions that had come through is that M-Pesa is a globally recognized mode of payment. Will it be integrated in the monetization by Meta? So let's put our hands together as we welcome Mr. Nick Clegg. Welcome.
Well, thank you for subjecting me immediately to this excellent inquisition of Meta's tools and products, and I will come to that in a minute. But I first want to convey my great sense of honor to be with you, Mr. President, Your Excellency, and your distinguished team. I should also pay tribute, Mr. President, to your remorseless representation on behalf of the creators and of the digital economy of Kenya. You and I have met now in person, but previously online on a number of occasions. And every single time, Mr. President, you have quite rightly said, on behalf of your nation, and on behalf of so many of the ingenious, humorous, creative online creators here and throughout the country, you have been pressing me and pressing Meta to ensure that all of that creativity, whether it's the jokes, whether it's the visual content, the audio content, the dizzying array of creative content that is produced here in Kenya by online creators, that they should also be able to use online tools in our products to turn that into material benefit. And you have been consistent and outspoken in doing so. It is, of course, the case that creators can already indirectly monetize, if you like, the brand that they build up on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. But your point that you've been making to me, quite rightly, on a number of occasions, is there also needs to be direct in-product monetization. And I'm delighted to be able to confirm that that will now be available in Kenya to all creators here, and will be rolled out very soon in the weeks to come. Certainly no later than early summer. And to the question of what tools, well, there'll be in-stream ads on Facebook, ads in Reels, so you can have ads on either side of your Reels. In Instagram, they can be Instagram gifts, stars, the whole suite of monetization tools which are used by creators the world over. And I very much hope that they will be used by creators that are here. I very much hope they will be used by creators across the country. The virtues and the qualities that make the creator community here so vibrant, humor, the English language, diversity, creativity, inspiration, is really something that we want to see play out on our apps and on our platforms. But we, of course, also want to make sure that you can make a good living out of it, both pre and post tax. Since you raised it online, so I really wanted to thank you again, Mr. President, for pushing us so effectively to this point. I really look forward to seeing the way that these monetization tools will be used. I have my team available here, Moon in particular, who's able to provide very specific answers to some of your more specific and technical questions. And with that, I just really want to reiterate on my behalf, on behalf of everybody at Meta and of my team here, our heartfelt thanks. Thank you.
All right, so monetization is a big part of this whole conversation. So I don't know if there's anything that the technical person would like to just, mention on that. Welcome. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Your Excellency, the President, and distinguished guests. My name is Moon Baz. I head Global Partnership for Africa, Middle East, and Turkey. And as Nick announced, we're very happy to announce that we're going to have in-stream ads available on Facebook starting early summer maximum. What in-stream ads means is there are image ads and video ads that will be served before, during, or after any of your videos. And it's a way for you guys to monetize and generate revenue through Facebook. We're also launching other revenue channels across both Facebook and Instagram, and these includes Facebook Stars, Instagram Subs, Instagram Gifts as well. Any specific questions you want me to address? Yeah.
Any questions?
Shall we talk about eligibility? Yeah. So Kenya will become an eligible country in a couple of weeks. This means any creator that passes the eligibility criteria will be able to monetize by their own. And to talk about eligibility criteria in more details and in more technical terms, we're talking about creators that have more than 5,000 followers, creators that are more than 18 years of age plus, creators that have more than 5 active videos on their Facebook page, and that have collected 60,000 minute views in the last 60 days. And this is for videos, direct VOD videos, and live videos as well. Of course, it's very important to pass our eligibility criteria in terms of monetization policies and community standards. These are policies and rules that refer to authentic behavior, safety, intellectual property, and these are all available on www.facebook.com. And I'm going to call my colleague Faris in here to discuss a bit more.
Good morning, Your Excellency, distinguished guests. My name is Faris Akkad. I look after the commercial business for Meta for Middle East and Africa. Just a couple of things I wanted to add. One is that monetization will be available in English and Swahili, which is I think, to broaden the base of creators. And the mention of M-Pesa, previous to this role, I used to manage the partnership team for international markets, and we actually use Kenya regularly as a global case study of mobile payments. And when asked for kind of a good example of a product market fit, Kenya tends to be one of the top markets globally in which we think that the availability of mobile payments can be quite pervasive across every aspect of society. So the hope is to hopefully export this example more broadly. And I know that the mobile payments team is quite committed to integrate this even for our ads business. Because we see this as a very strategic market. Kenya today is the hub for most of the agencies throughout Africa, and I think the availability of mobile payments here would be a huge advantage. Any questions on the commercial business, any questions on this, I'm happy to address as well.
All right, we have a question here. Let me just get the mic to you.
Oops. Hello, I'm Sarah Katusia. I run a digital business. I think Butita mentioned the capability building. Do you have a structured way in which you're going to roll it out? Because as we say, you have to actually meet a certain criteria to make money. How do we train creators to be able to meet that criteria?
To answer your question on this, we are definitely very committed to Kenyan creators, and we are more than happy to arm them with best practices on monetization. We'll be doing some virtual workshops to be able to support you. Transparency is very important for us. Everything is available on www.facebook.com. As soon as Kenya will become an eligible country, any creator that fits the eligibility criteria will get notified on the spot in-app and will be able to set up his financial account and start monetizing. Yeah.
We have another question from Kangaroo Girls. Lucy?
Are schools as an institution eligible?
Yes. Any account can select to be a creator account, and as soon as they are eligible and they have enough content on the platform, they can start monetizing. Over 18, definitely.
But even in some cases, institutions like cultural institutions, museums, can also be huge content creators. Obviously, many of the content that comes out of here has global appeal, so that would be also a great way to export some of the content.
All right, 2 more questions. I have one.
Good morning, Your Excellency, and everyone present here. My name is Kevin Sabuni. I represent a news agency. What we want to know is, are you going to establish an office in Kenya and in Nairobi? Because previously we have had challenges reaching you directly.
Perhaps we can take both questions, then we just have them answered. So an office in Kenya is another question here. Introduce yourself, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jemule Mse. I'm a content creator. My question is whether we'll have Facebook subscription so that we can be able to serve people series and they can subscribe for them. And also, secondly, what will be the revenue share for the monetization metrics? Thank you.
I'm always, good afternoon, all protocols observed. My name is Kojo Bwachi. I'm the Vice President of Public Policy for Africa, the Middle East and Turkey. I'm always impressed by people who say they have one question but actually take the opportunity to ask two. So I might ask Moon to help me with some of those monetization questions. On the question of the office, it's not an unusual question for us. Indeed, in my 3 meetings with His Excellency, he's put tremendous pressure on us to open an office here. We are very clear, though, that the company has gone through a lot of change over the last 18 to 24 months. And in many cases, we've actually closed offices. That doesn't mean that our commitment to the continent has changed in any way. We still have staff working out of here and a number of colleagues who often come into the country and the region to work out of Kenya as well. But it's unlikely that in the near future we will open an office. We've already had very early discussions, however, about our continued investment in infrastructure in Kenya and in the rest of the region, as His Excellency continues to press us on. It's not just about Kenya, but the whole region. So we'll continue to invest in kind of infrastructure like the To Africa submarine cable, which we hope will give you even better internet, better and more affordable internet access over the years to come, as well as other major infrastructure projects. Moon, would you like to answer to monetization?
So to answer your question on monetization, in-stream ads, usually the revenue share is 45% for Meta, 55% for the creator. When it comes to Facebook stars, this would be an in-app purchase that consumers or users do. It depends on the package that they get, and they usually would gift stars to the creators. Roughly speaking, we do take around 20%, not more.
All right, allow me to now welcome the CS for ICT, Eliud Owalo, to give brief remarks, then invite His Excellency the President.
Maybe you'll allow me, Your Excellency, before I give the brief remarks, I would once more request Mr. Nick Clegg to come back just to give an overall summation of responses based on the emerging issues and perhaps just articulate the opportunities for partnership that Kenya has with the Meta Group, more so with respect to the opportunities within the creative economy. Please, Mr. Clegg, just come back.
Well, thank you for letting me take the microphone a second time. I think the thing to bear in mind is that technology doesn't stand still. The internet is not a static thing. We are on the cusp of a complete transformation in the way in which we will interact with each other and access the online world as these new generative AI tools become much, much more prevalent in our everyday lives. And we are very keen at Meta to work in partnership with this great country and, of course, others around the world as we navigate those huge changes. And that involves understanding what the new infrastructure needs are. There is going to be an explosion, for instance, in the construction of AI data centers and AI infrastructure required to build the underlying foundation models that drive artificial intelligence now into the future. We will need to invest in people so that people can understand how to use new generative AI tools. We are very proud at Meta that we are the leading proponent in the world of open sourcing AI technology. We are very, and the President and myself, we discussed this, we firmly believe that it is simply not sustainable or acceptable to envisage a world in which only a very small number of very wealthy West Coast American companies will be able to develop this technology and then charge a fee or a subscription to everybody else around the world to access it. We have long believed in open sourcing AI technology. We've open sourced over 1,000 AI databases and models over the last decade, and we want to continue to do so. And what that means is that you, creators, entrepreneurs, people coming up with great new ideas about how to use generative AI to build new businesses, you will be able to access our underlying foundation models for free. We will be spending billions of that, billions of our own dollars building that infrastructure now, but we want to make sure that it is available to everybody around the world for free and repurposed as it can be in multiple languages as well. So whether it's human capital and digital literacy and digital training, we will continue to lean into that. Whether it is facing these major infrastructure challenges around the world, or whether it is sharing the fruits of the immense creative and productive benefits that will be brought about by this generative AI revolution that we're going through at the moment, we very much want to continue to work in partnership with the government here, with all of you, with entrepreneurs, with educators, with creators, as we forge a way ahead in the future. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the discussions that we have had this morning just goes to amplify the enormous opportunities that our youth have within the creative economy space. And this is very much in tandem, Your Excellency, with your bottom-up economic transformation agenda, more specifically the last thematic area in which the digital superhighway and the creative economy are Siamese twins. As a ministry, Your Excellency, based on instructions and guidance we have received from you, we will sustain our digital skilling program for the youth so that they can get the requisite skills to enable them optimally exploit the potential within the creative economy. And we also want to thank you, Your Excellency, for always opening the doors for partnership between us and the private sector. With those remarks, Your Excellency, may I now have the honor and privilege to invite you to come and address the gathering. Let's be upstanding as we welcome the President.
Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. Nick Clegg, our friend, on behalf of Meta and your team, welcome to Kenya. Distinguished participants this morning, I am immensely grateful that we are having this very important occasion as a step towards the realization and actualization of the partnership that we have between Meta and Kenya. We've had numerous conversations, consultations, engagement, as Clegg has said, on various items. I am very happy that today we are progressing that conversation to reality on many aspects. The teams we have here, you've heard from Butita there, they've really been on my case on how we can innovate more this space, expand opportunities in this space, make it easy for monetization. Jay Moore there, he calls himself Ulemze, Ulemse, has also been, ever present whenever we are having this conversation. Did I see a Winja somewhere? Oh yeah, right at the corner there. So all these people have never given me peace, but I'm very happy that today the commitments that we made, and Facebook is here, the Meta Group are here, to work with us on various aspects. Number one, as was said ably here, in a few weeks, in a couple of weeks, many of you will be eligible. The eligibility criteria will be now available for content creators in Kenya. That's a big step in making sure that our content creators, the people who operate in the digital space, have an opportunity to monetize their talent, to give themselves additional revenue, and I'm truly grateful to Facebook for working with us this journey. Secondly, as I've now gotten a commitment from Clegg and the Meta team that by June all our creators will now have an opportunity to really monetize everything that they do in that space, put ads, make sure they can access Instagram and the commerce around it. And it speaks to our bottom-up economic transformation agenda on making sure that we give everybody a chance right from the bottom. And I am very happy that this is moving in the right direction. I want to encourage Meta Group. If we can do it before June, somewhere in the middle here, it would be a very welcome surprise to many of these good people. As you can hear them speak, they are very eager. They are already in that space. And the very positive thing I keep hearing from the people in the digital space, they keep telling me, you know, we're going to make this much money minus tax. It's going to be so much. I'm very happy that everybody is now becoming conscious about making sure that we pay our taxes, because it's the only way we can sustain and maintain our independence as a country. Thirdly, I'm also very happy that the monetization exercise is also going to be available on M-Pesa. I think many people have been wondering, how do we do this? Because not many of our content creators have credit cards or other instruments, financial in nature. But I was very happy to hear that the team from Meta have already carried out experiments and that it works. And therefore, in the next few weeks and months, it will now be possible for our content creators to transact using the M-Pesa platform, which is a much more easy, accessible, you know, and a space where many Kenyans interact much more freely and much more comfortably. So again, that is one step that would make it much more easier for our content creators across Kenya and many people participating in this space. Let me also give my commitment to the entrepreneurs in this space, people in the SME space, that we are working with Meta Group and all the other actors in this space to make it much more easier for our MSMEs to understand how they can do business, how they can conduct their enterprises in the digital space, how we can create more entrepreneurs in the digital space, how we can use the digital space and the capabilities that can be obtained in that space to assist our micro, small, and medium enterprises to scale up their businesses. I have offered also opportunities to a Meta Group that Kenya is already in consultations with other actors. We're shortly going to have a 1 gigawatt data center complete with cloud infrastructure. We've already broken ground on it. And using our renewable energy, we want to make Kenya a first in green data centers that will again be available for companies like the Meta Group to have a conversation, especially since we are discussing around the capabilities that artificial intelligence can bring into this space to give additional leverage to entrepreneurs, to business people, to content creators, to do more with a lot of ease. I want to assure you that we're going to work with you to make sure that that space is not cornered by a few people, that that space continues to be an open space, and we're going to support your policy on making the AI capabilities available on open source so that more people, especially in the global south, in Africa, in Kenya, can have access rather than have access when they have to pay. So again, we're going to work with you, and I'm very confident that we're going to expand this space, and there will be sufficient opportunities for us to create equity, access to jobs, access to opportunities. Again, I want to thank Meta for offering to consider Kenya for some of the BPOs that will be trying to find a home. I want to tell you that we are reworking the legislation in Kenya to make it much more easy for people who work in the BPO space to be able to work with Kenyan young people. As you look for homes for some of the opportunities, I want to welcome you to Kenya. We have a very knowledgeable, very well-trained, educated, very good English, hardworking, innovative, creative young population in Kenya that can take up anything. And I am very happy that you're also keen, and then I want to commend Meta Group alongside all the other players for being keen on safety and making sure that we have the right content and we do not have content that can be abused in that space. Again, we're going to work with you. The government of Kenya is going to deploy whatever resources we have to work with you to make sure that that space is secure and we minimize content that is undesirable. So again, Clegg, you and your team, you're always at home while in Kenya. Please, if there is anything additional that you think we can do to expand and make this partnership robust, my team here is available. I am available for us to work together in a win-win fashion that would make everybody a winner. Thank you very much. My very best wishes. Asante.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And that brings us to the end of this session. Your Excellency, with your permission, Your Excellency, we can take a quick photo.